Hey YouTube. All right, I'm here. I was just got through crying. You know, whatever channel you turn on today is going to be the inauguration, and all I wanted to see was the final presidency and bid farewell, peace, happiness, prosperity to the first family, President Barack Obama and the First Lady, Michelle, and the children, and even the dog. You know, when I saw how the whole process and transition and power, and just, when they showed President Obama and how they put him in a special holding room because, until Donald Trump says the pledge, he would be president in the next 45 minutes. I don't know why this affected me so much. During the election, I was so upset, mad. Like most people. But now that the President Obama, we love you. I love you because I don't speak for other people. And you were a great president for 8 years. Now, it's been a hard road for you, Mr. President. And I am so grateful to have witnessed that inauguration 8 years ago. It was an honor and a privilege to witness history of your presidency. And your legacy will live on forever. Number 44, I salute you. And thank you. Thank you for inspiring all of Americans, not just African Americans, but all Americans. You were a dignified, you brought dignity to the presidency. You brought and inspire us with hope. Yes, you went through a whole lot of, backlash, and we can't even imagine what you have gone through. But you kept that dignity. You were for the people, despite that there were oppositions from people who even question your legitimacy of your presidency. But you inspire me, and I thank you. First Lady, you showed class, you know, homegrown wisdom, just inspiration, just I can't even describe the feeling how I feel because I never felt this way. Trust me, I've witnessed, I've seen a whole lot of inaugurations. I just can't, even though I believe in the democracy of this country, I believe in the and grateful to live in this country despite its flaws, despite its problems that will everlasting exist. But I honor and respect democracy. I honor and respect the traditions of this inauguration. Like most of you, you probably would say he is not my president. But you know what? The same way I stood there during that inauguration parade back in 2008, even though we all did not agree with President Bush and all the things that went on with the war and the economy. The same respect that I sent off President Bush and sent them off and salute him, I salute you. I will salute I've saluted all past presidents. So, and I give this salute to President Obama, the 44th president. We may not know all the numbers of the presidents, but 44 will always be etched in our mind. That number will be embedded in generations to come. I even dedicated that number 44 when I played flag football. I said I want to be number 44. 44 will always be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. President Obama and First Lady Michelle. Now, as we transition into a new power with Donald J. Trump. Now, as a country, I have to respect these United States of America. I will respect the presidency. Now, I don't mean you have to respect the man who takes office. It is the respect of the office. And I guess the fact that when I was a federal employee, I took the same pledge to protect and honor these United States against any terrorists, future and abroad, not future, domestic and abroad. We have to all respect and be open-minded with this new administration. It may take a while for me to even put out and transition from the words President-elect Donald Trump to even say he is my president. It's gonna take a while for me to really sink into that. But you know what? We as a people, we went through a whole lot. We went through a whole lot more. Now, my ancestors, we went through slavery, 600, 500 years of slavery as a race. We went through, as a race, because, I told someone the other day, you cannot say, I went through, we went through slavery. No, it's not what we went through slavery. Is our ancestors, 4 or 5 generations was in legalized slavery. So today, even though my plans was to be in Washington, D.C. to witness the inauguration, it may not have been the person who I wish to support at this time, but I will respect the office of the presidency. So I'm respecting the office of the presidency in this new administration. And come with that respect is also challenging the democratic process. Because you know what? We're going to have a long 4 years to endure a lot of things. It's that uncertainty of what's going to happen and where this country will lead to. But we went through a whole lot worse prior to President Barack Obama's presidency. We went through an economic turmoil, collapse. And yes, President Obama may not have made every decision correctly. And there's still work to do in this country. But we have to make sure as a people that we keep those politicians accounted for. We don't just focus on, don't keep your eyes off the ball and focus on what they are doing in Washington, D.C. and what Trump is doing. We need to be focusing on what goes on here in Georgia. Focus on what goes on in your state. Focus on those politicians making sure that they are held accountable to represent their district. Because you know what? I went through, during that 8 years, I went through I was a federal employee, went through a government shutdown. I've seen a lot of cutbacks, not getting pay raises in 8 years, a lot of things. But you have to make sure, we have to make sure that we hold these politicians accountable. And trust me, I'm going to hold my representatives accountable for. When I had issues, trust me, I went to my congressperson when I had issues. Went straight to them directly, and I will continue to do that. Just best believe I will continue to do that. So right now, I gotta see the last president. That's the bells. I gotta see this. Yes.
The Vice President Joseph R. Biden, escorted by Senate Democratic Secretary Gary Myrick, Senate Democratic
See y'all.
Ranking Member Charles E.
We gotta salute.
House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi.
This is gonna be the final. We gotta stand salute. I also have to say thank you to Vice President Biden as well.
The last time Hail to the Chief will be played before President Obama as president.
Yeah, one of the Trump daughters. That's Bo, huh? The entire Trump family there?
You see, y'all, that's the only reason why I'm still watching it. I just want to be able to see President Obama for the last time. And the First Lady.
We actually are going to hear from Barack Obama one last time today.
Yes, we're going to hear from him for the last time, y'all.
As an ex-president,
That's right.
I don't know why I'm crying like this. This is so... I know this should be a happy moment, but I just can't. Y'all. Oh, there go President Carter.
President Bush not get rid?
I think the last time we saw them together was at the Memorial for the Police Officers in Dallas.
All right, y'all. I'm going to make another video while I sit here and watch President Obama with his last words.
President Obama has talked about the president-elect says
That's the only reason why I'm watching this inauguration. The only reason. That's the only reason why I'm looking at this.
Will be on Donald Trump.
Okay.
Well,
in defense of
All right.
these presidents,
Let me sit here and watch President Obama.
yes, it does. Listen to the crowd.
They go that damn. Ugh.